With fiscal reports out of the way, eyes are looking forward to Cover Corporation's annual meeting, which hopefully provides some insight into the internal thinkings of the company. And while we wait, I'd like to spend a little time discussing a concept known as intrinsic value. Intrinsic value represents the fundamental value of a stock based on a company's underlying business characteristics, its fundamentals, rather than market sentiment or speculation. There are certain formulas out there that have been developed as a guide when evaluating a company that supposedly will give you this. But there is a lot more to it than just numbers and equations. Several successful investors have derided the use of these complicated formulas. Instead, they look at the quality of the company, their position in the market, the people that are running it, and the results. Warren Buffett once said in a statement, "I try to invest in businesses that are so wonderful that an idiot can run them, because sooner or later, one will." Let's take a look at Cover Corporation with this in mind. In many people's minds, Hololive is the gold standard and top tier when it comes to a VTuber company. Company balance sheets and quarterly reports paint a picture that the talent is well paid and there is an average of 6 staff members for every VTuber in the company. Hololive's English fan consumption accounts for 28 to 30% of the company's viewership and revenue, which shows how strong of an international presence and the impact the brand has become. To keep up with this competitive edge, Cover has not been shy about expanding its tools and resources that are available to the talent and has heavily invested in upgrading their facility to provide a better quality of content through software and hardware. More importantly, the company has leveraged their revenue into the brand itself so they can keep their costs and spending self-sufficient. Cover also seems to have a higher level of success with their talent from their hiring process and practices when they bring them into the company and add to the active roster. Despite posting high revenue numbers totaling over 43 billion yen, Cover Corporation's stagnation in their growth phase has begun to take its toll. Being in the growing stage is fine, however, metrics that measure profitability fell for the company over the past 6 months. Almost every valuation metric for the company has fallen in the past year. If we believe their forecast projections coming for this year, the growth will lag behind even further than their 2025 fiscal year. While Cover has been bringing new concepts and ideas to the table, many of these ventures feel abandoned halfway or undeveloped or ill-planned. Most of Cover's recent projects revolve around what the industry calls a minimum viable product, or MVP. This concept essentially entails making something or an idea good enough to sell to the public, then fixing or adding everything post-launch. This is why smaller developers release their game in an early access stage. These, for all intents and purposes, are minimally built games. While there is nothing wrong with early access games, one has to question the aim, direction, and the intent behind this multi-billion yen investment, which has delivered nothing beyond a glorified chat room with microtransactions. Add to this, staff development and upgrade costs multiply by using 2 different engines. Speaking of staff, costs related to salary, staffing, and talent continue to inflate at a monumental rate, which erodes their bottom line. Investment in Cover Corporation has been a mixed bag. While they've seen their values soar on hype and positive news, their stock has flamed out multiple times. 2025 has been repeating the same pattern seen in previous years. While past performance is not confirmation of future performance, it does give a window of insight when companies fall into a cyclical pattern. Cover Corporation has provided a minimum growth forecast for 2025 and 26. Yago and the directors still consider Hololive in its growth phase. Should Yago and company continue to wear away at the bottom line with subpar results, the fallout could be devastating. Yago is a risk taker, and the shareholders are along for the ride. With the annual shareholder meeting around the corner, we should walk out of the meeting with an idea of what's next for Hololive.